In this video, we're going to be talking about time tracking batch entry. You'll see that we already clicked on this tab, but if you'd like to put this in any other place, this is a full Lightning component. You can certainly move this component to any other page or move this tab to the relative app that you're using within Salesforce. Let's go ahead and see how time tracking batch entry works. First, you'll navigate to this page, and then you'll pick your account. These use standard Lightning lookups, so you'll be able to see the recent accounts that you've been clicked on, or feel free to search other accounts. Next, you'll have a second option for the object that you want to track towards, and this is controlled based on the lookup relationships that currently exist on the time tracking summary object. So we want to track this towards a case. We'll link it to this case. We'll put a start time, a start date, start time, as well as an end date and end time. You can type in a summary, and then we can choose what rate card we'd like to bill out at. Once it's created, we made a few buttons that makes it much easier to create additional lines. So let's say you've been working on this case for multiple days or multiple start and stop times. You can simply hit the copy button, and it'll copy the values of the account and the second object. I'll delete that row. Or you can do the full duplicate. That'll duplicate your whole session. So let's say on this date you just track time. You took a break, and now you track time from 2:30 to 5. Or I guess that doesn't make sense, but let's say 3:30 to 5. And then let's go ahead and copy that out again. And let's say maybe you did the same hours on a different date, and you move it that way. It's a very simple way to be able to add multiple times in time tracking. Let's say you want to add just a new row with no values. Simply hit that plus symbol. And if you want to delete a row, simply click remove. Once you've entered the time entries, go ahead and click next. It'll give you a total number of hours that were tracked, and hit save. And that'll go ahead and create your time tracking summary records. The second part of batch time entry, if you want any sort of additional setup or if you want to add additional columns, we have extended the functionality to be able to customize the columns. So the account and the second object are always going to be required, but let's say you didn't want to put a start time and end time. You just want to put a flat hours. You can certainly do that, or if you made some custom fields on the time tracking summary or the time trackings object, you can add those as well. In order to do so, you want to go to the object manager in the setup menu and click on time tracking or time tracking summary. So within time tracking, we'll come down to what's called a field set. You'll see time tracking batch columns. Click on time tracking batch columns. Then it'll tell you the fields that are being used. So let's say we wanted to pull in, instead of start time, end time, maybe we created a custom field. We don't have very many custom fields in the standard package. Say you created a custom field, you could certainly drag and drop that in. Probably a little more relevant on the actual time tracking summary. There is a field set there as well. Time tracking summary batch columns. And now let's say there was a new field. Maybe you want to pull active in, or you want to take that start time and stop time off, and you can put the hours that you worked. And then you would go back to the time tracking and remove the start time and end time. The reason why they're on two different objects is because the way the data is modeled, the summary is a summary of the individual times that you've created, and the time tracking is the individual time clock in and clock out. So let's go ahead and take start time and end time off. We'll save that. Let's say we just want to do hours. Let's take active off as well. We'll save that. Now let's go back to our batch entry and see what that looks like. You'll see now that it's very simple to go ahead and enter your information. So the start time and end time was removed. Do our case, summary, rate card, and let's just say you worked 3 hours. Now let's go ahead and duplicate that down. Continue to duplicate. Again, very simple way to be able to track time. Let's say you did another day, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. So a very simple way to enter your timesheets into Salesforce. If you have any questions, please let us know.